Good evening, guys and gals. It's about 9 o'clock. Even though you probably won't get this upload till probably 10, I'm having some issues with my phone, and not only that, the studio's not set up. I had gigs this weekend, so I'm not really equipped to go live. So I just wanted to, at least before going to sleep, because I am tired. You can see my hair. It's very indicative of my long weekend. Thanks to everybody who showed me love on Friday, my last live stream. That was cool. I had fun. I always have fun in the studio, and I'm glad you guys actually really like that. It seems, out of all my little podcasts and live streams, I don't take it personal. According to the people and the views, the people are like on some LeBron James, just shut up and dribble, just shut up and record, homie. I'm joking, but I definitely got a bigger bigger response than the other stuff. I'm still gonna keep on talking that trash, but I'm definitely gonna sing for you guys here and there as well, and record and do some Pro Tools stuff. So again, thanks for that. I'm gonna segue right into it, guys. I'm definitely disheartened. I'm definitely sad about the loss of Nipsey Hussle. I've been seeing a few of my friends on Facebook and my feed and timeline that have been made privy to the information. My cousin Byron actually, about an hour ago, he hollered at me saying, "Yo, somebody just hit me up saying that Nipsey got shot." Now again, I don't know if I just was saying that my phone, because I do a lot of video, not just on my cameras and my equipment, but sometimes I'll get live shots like on my actual phone. So I need to Dropbox some videos. I can't even text message anybody, and every time I go to Facebook, it like shuts down. So anyway, and then when I was able to actually get on Facebook long enough, my homeboy Matt Small confirmed that he actually passed away. It was very similar to kind of the feeling of like Tupac. I was young. I was like 15, I think, 14, even ninth grade, like barely in high school when Pac died. But it was kind of the same kind of thing. Like, yo, we heard that Pac just got shot, and then kind of like the famous Biggie interview where he was like, again, I wasn't being cold or insensitive. It's just that I assumed that Nipsey, just like I did back when I was young, I assumed that Nipsey was in the hospital recuperating, and then we were gonna. Again, my phone was messed up. No excuses. I was just kind of like, I almost didn't want to find out if he had died or not, because my cousin, that's all he had at the time. And then again, I saw the art. Matt had posted an article, because he knows he's my business partner, one of my business partners, and some of my media and television content stuff that we got going on. So he knows about my music, a little bit of music success, and that involves Nipsey Hussle. And before I get into that, let me just the reason I'm even doing this, I'm not even claiming to be, a member of the family or even a close friend. You know what I mean? Like, we did business together, and truth be told, my very first major placement, we had some major artists that were messing with us. When I say we, I mean me and my partner Corey Mucka Hill, of the Music Lovers, and we were producing and writing and getting our foot in the door. And Nipsey and his brother gave us like our first for me anyway, because Corey had been in the game. He brought me into the game, so he had experience with getting the checks cut. But for me, that was kind of like my first major music industry check, besides the local artists, And anyway, before I get into that, let me just read the article, especially if some of you are not made aware. It's definitely tough. My heart goes out, and condolences go out to his friends, his family. Lauren London. I'm pretty sure that they weren't married, but she's got to be feeling it. I don't know anything about their business. I'm just saying I know. Hearts go out and condolences go out. All of his fans, his crew. This is a big deal, not just because of the music that he was doing, but because, and I'm going to get into more of this after I read the article, because the article makes mention of it, that he was, again, when I compare him to the Tupac thing, I know that Tupac was Tupac, but I feel that Nipsey Hussle was really on his way to being a very powerful, black man, man, not more than just the music industry. He was doing great things in the hood, so to speak, in regard to entrepreneurship, community. He was kind of on that, free turkey giveaways on Thanksgiving, clothing stores and stuff and products. And even before he got like this major deal with Sony, I believe that was his first major deal. Anywho, rapper Nipsey Hussle killed in shooting outside his LA store. 2 other men were in serious condition in the incident at Marathon Clothing in South Los Angeles. A suspect remained at large. So they're insinuating that there's one guy right now. Los Angeles, the Grammy-nominated rapper Nipsey Hussle was killed in a shooting outside his clothing store in Los Angeles. Multiple law enforcement sources said 2 other men were in serious condition and a suspect remained at large. No further information was immediately available about the shooting at Marathon Clothing on Slauson Avenue in South Los Angeles. But just a couple of hours before the shooting, Hussle, 33, seems like a couple years younger than me, man, dang, whose real name was Ermias Ashkadam. Sorry if I'm butchering that pronunciation. Nipsey was, and his family are Eritrean. If you know anything about that, it's African. But he tweeted before he was shot, "Having strong enemies is a blessing." And even though they don't have much information right now on the suspect, I imagine that in the days to come, there's going to be some information. I'm not going to say clearly, but his tweet is insinuating that there was still maybe some street level. I don't know. I don't want to speak on stuff that I don't know about, guys. A large crowd of people, many of them crying, gathered at the intersection as police and media helicopters whirred overhead. One of them was Matthew Talley of Denver, the engineering director known as Megatron. "It ain't just Los Angeles. He was an inspiration that was bigger than Los Angeles," Talley said. "You see all these people out here? He was really cool," Talley said. "He was a dope individual every time I met him." It talks about his music. I'm not gonna. That's all That's exactly right. I'm not speaking for Megatron here. I'm just telling you my very, very short experiences with him and his brother and us doing business for the Key to the City album record. I'm sorry. That he actually pushed as a single. I'm gonna play the song at the end of the joint here. You know what I'm saying? The music. The instrumental in the background is actually Key to the City. Like I was saying before, he really, for me, him and his brother, kind of gave him my first shot at the real thing. Now I'm not gonna sit here and say like it was because of me, you know what I'm saying? Because he liked the song. But that's also the story behind that is also, I think, indicative of the kind of brother that he was. He was driven and focused and. He made a lot of noise, even just being a lowly artist at Sony when he wanted that song. Because not only that, the song was kind of like, and for some of my friends out here that are in the music industry or have a little bit of experience with the hurry up and wait game, even when you get a placement or when you hear that an artist wants your song, I mean, it could be months before you actually get a check. But the song kind of, Atlantic Records had already had dibs on it. And not only that, Nipsey was a part of like what I would call the regime change. Like whoever signed him at Sony, they were kind of on their way out. The A&Rs, they were like as far as being fired. You know what I mean? That's the way it works in the industry. Some of you may remember L.A. Reid getting fired, but like that's not, the media made that bigger than it was. That's simply just how it is. It's almost like taking office. So after your time is up, L.A. Reid or whoever you are, your staff that you brought in, typically the artist, unless they're like a mega star, we cutting y'all from, So anyway, Nipsey was kind of like on his way in that direction because they had already cut and fired the people that had hired him, that had signed him. He was more or less like kind of on his own and they were like, didn't know what to do with him. But they, respected the fact that he had major fans because the work that he put down in the streets. Not going to get into it because it's not my lane at all. Clearly, I'm a red shirt. I'm seriously no bullshit on this one, guys. No jokes. But it's public knowledge that he was affiliated. That's all I'm gonna say. When I first heard about Nipsey and the fact that he wanted my song, I did research and talked to my management and people that knew him in the industry. And they're like, yeah, no, he's the coolest brother you ever know. But just like Snoop, he's real. He's certified. Like he's not just no offense to Chris Brown and Lil Bow Wow and Ray J and them, that have allegedly sponsored their way into the Bloods. Nipsey is real. Snoop is real. Anyway. So, I don't know what happened right now as far as the public knowledge right now. I hope that tomorrow they have some more details. But You know, it's just a shame. You know, I've seen people on my feed and my timeline talking about it, and you know, naturally most people, even, and I'll admit to myself, I'm not going to say it plain, but I think most people are assuming that this is affiliated with the streets, or either past, or just maybe haters, you know, again, because I don't know about that life. I've never been a part of that life. You know, the closest that I've ever been to it, outside of like my crazy family members, has been doing business and breaking bread with them over music. You know, that's always been my thing. You know, so I'm a singer. Y'all know my music. I'm not scared to get a little risque, and rappers like that. You know what I'm saying? That's really more. I've sold more rap hooks than actual R&B songs in the industry, and I'm an R&B singer. So just to kind of, you know, the whole Leave Bush on the Hook campaign was semi-successful for a while, but it also was a part of the energy, I think, that ended up having Nipsey and his brother leaving Bush on the hook. Now, no love lost. They didn't have the budget at the time to fly me and my partner out, and it was kind of last minute for the music video, but it's all good. You know, we got the check cleared, so and again, I'm not claiming to know this guy or be a personal friend of him at all. It's just, you know, what I do know about him and the contact that we have made. You know, he made quite an impression. Like I think I mentioned in the article, he's a few years younger than me, and he never once came off like a kid to me. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm a teacher, so, you know, not to condescend, but you know, a lot of the guys that I work with in the industry are young kids, and I'm formally trained in music, and I'm older now, so it just tends to be like a big brother kind of relationship. But with Nipsey, kind of quite the opposite. Like, this brother had it going on, you know what I'm saying? And it was clear that at the time, even before, because this last album was the one that got nominated for the Grammy, so he was like still on the hustle, no, you know, pun intended at the time. You know, he was known in LA for show, and definitely he was toured, like, you know, for sure. He had a very solid career several years back when Key to the City dropped. But he was still on the grind. He was still hustling. I'm bouncing around, but like his hustle was strong. His spirit was strong. He knew what he wanted in life. That was major impressive to me. The balls that it took, quite frankly, I'm gonna be real with you, because remember, nobody at Sony was really like backing him up because he was the previous regime's guy. But when he heard Key to the City, Atlantic Records had already had dibs on it. T.I. had recorded a verse. I know for a fact because my manager called me while he was in the studio with Tip and the Grand Hustle team, and they were like, "Yo, listen to this." And they were playing. He was playing it on the loudspeaker, and Tip had already recorded his verse and bounced from the studio. And they were like, "Bruh, y'all need to keep your fingers crossed, because if Tip gets on this record, y'all life is about to change." It didn't happen, you know what I mean? And in fact, I don't think Atlantic Records really knew what they wanted to do, because the final say-so, so to speak, of the song with Atlantic Records, which is a part of why Sony and Nipsey were able to scoop it up, was Maino. They didn't know what to do with Maino, but he was still signed to Atlantic at the time. He had, you know, they were trying to give him a follow-up single to All the Above, you know. And so this was supposed to be it, because T.I. had rapped, Maino had rapped, of course, his verse. And you know, kind of just like All the Above, I think Atlantic was like, just like T-Pain, kind of, no disrespect to the homie Maino, because he's a real street nigga, you know, and he deserved everything that he got, for real, like he's a hustler. But you know, T-Pain, you know, definitely made a major part of the mainstream aspect of the record, so they were thinking kind of the same type of thing. We got T.I. representing Atlanta, Keys to the City. Jeezy was trying to get on the track. I think he even recorded a verse, but like, I don't think there was enough room for that, because not only that, I think Jeezy was Def Jam at the time. But so Atlantic was looking at it like, all right, this is Maino, his sophomore album, and we need a huge single like All the Above, and let's Key to the City, and let's have T.I. drive it. He's the Key to the City, like street mayor of Atlanta. Kanye West had actually taken the track, if you will, into the lab, and we had to like wait 3 days for him to come out with an answer on some like Groundhog's Day shit, like, "One more week of winter or spring." I don't even know the rules to that, but Kanye was wanting to like remix it and make it a Kanye thing, which was probably going to end up kicking me and Corey off the song, meaning no money, no recognition, no nothing, because he liked the production, Kanye, but he wanted to change the hook, which I'm on. Me and Corey wrote, and I'm the only singer on it. He wanted to make it, you know, something for him. So Kanye West has the Keys to the City in Chicago. I think Yo Gotti even got on the track. And long story, even after it was all said and done, Yo Gotti and Maino released their version for free on a mixtape way after the fact. But anyway, Nipsey, again, being like a mid-level, what I would call a mid-level artist at the time, had the audacity to, like, you know, stake claim to a song that another major label with other big artists had claimed already. And he got the management, the people that, you know, again, didn't know what to do with him at Sony, to basically buy the record. Because, you know, in this game, as many of you know, or maybe you don't know, but you don't, when somebody says you got a placement, yo, I actually have a song with Mario right now, but it's been like a year plus, and we're still hoping for the best. But like, he recorded the song already, but we haven't got a check and we haven't signed the paperwork yet because he's still dealing with whatever he's dealing with, getting approval from his record label. But the point is that when you get a placement in the beginning, you have to reserve. It's exciting, very exciting. But you still, even if you hear the actual cut, like, yo, it's not a lie, T.I. really recorded my song, he loves it, you know. It's exciting, but you need to reserve the right to be excited until the lawyers bring the paperwork back, and then you actually get, you know, a bing on your phone, direct deposit from BMI or whatever the case is. Yeah, man, you know, so anyway, Nipsey was just, you know, again, I didn't know him like that, but the little bit of contact that we had in order to get the record done, he just was real impressive, dog. Like, really impressive. Like, even though, like I said, he was younger than me, I was kind of like, you know, especially in the music industry, like, you know, what's up, big bro? Like, you know, whatever you need, bro. We got these hooks, man. Thanks for leaving me on the record, you know. Thank you for that, Nipsey. Thank you to Nipsey Hussle's brother as well, who I'm pretty positive is still alive. Again, heart goes out to the family. This is a tough one, guys. It's one of those things where this guy was on his way to being a legend, seriously. And in his circle of influence, he already was. Like, you ask anybody in LA, you know, associated, somehow affiliated or representing or from the hood or the streets in any kind of way, and even outside of that, because remember, this dude was dating Lauren London. He wasn't just some Rudy Poo, even in the industry, you know. He might not have had like a mega hit, you know, yet, but the work that he put in is undeniable, and was undeniable. And so, R.I.P. brother. I know that your legacy will live on. And I mean, I don't really have much more to say than that, guys. I mean, again, I'm not a street guy, you know, so, you know, I'm not going to get into the whole gang thing. You know, I do hope that justice is served, and that his family and his crew and those closest to him can get closure, the closure that they need. Shout out to Corey Mucka Hill. That's my friend, my writing and producing partner. He's the guy that introduced me to the music industry, and he, you know, he was already doing his thing, you know, back with Scott Storch and the Fat Joe and the Tego Calderon era and everything. And when we first hooked up, so he brought me into the game in general, and then, you know, we both were able to embark on the journey that kind of took us both to the next level as far as writing, and at least, you know, getting known in the industry, the music lovers, as a fairly formidable writing team. And yeah, again, R.I.P. and thanks to you, Nipsey, for, I mean, even if I never make another placement, even if I'm not trying to be negative right now, because I'm in the lab, guys. You guys know I got dreams, and I believe that my independent hustle is going to be a big deal eventually. But even if I don't get another major look, you know, I still I feel a good part of my success, quite frankly, to Nipsey and his brother giving me a shot. Because buying the record not only put food on my table, but him leaving me on the record, even though nobody really knew who I was, but like, I was that guy that, you know, the dude from Keys to the City, like, yeah, you know. Quite often I had to sing it and prove it, you know. I got the key to the city. Even my cousin and her husband, who husband at the time, when my daughter's mother and I decided to, we both have family in LA, and long story short, we had our baby in LA actually. So I spent some time with my cousin and her folks, her friends, and they know Nipsey for sure. You know what I'm saying? And so it was cool kind of when I went out there and met her husband and everything, and I was talking about my little work in the industry, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not no big deal, but I mean, I've made a couple placements, been blessed to make a couple dollars in the game, you know, Nipsey Hussle. And they're like, what you mean Nipsey Hussle? We love Nipsey out here. What you talking about? I said, oh, you don't, well, you must know Key to the City, because at the time he was touring with the song. It was the Marathon album. And that was like one of his main singles. And like, you know, people, I was just so moved by some of the YouTube videos that I had seen where he was, you know, traveling in New York, Chicago, Denver, and performing the song. And like, you know how they do the shit where they cut the music and put the microphone to the crowd, and all the girls are saying, I got the key to the city. That boy, that shit made me really, really, really proud. Whole bunch of cheesy, goofy, corny, bubbly emotions that I totally embrace. And yeah, man, like I said, rest in peace, brother. Rest in power, all that. You know, a lot of people trying to switch up that whole thing now, because he really was a powerful guy. And it's a shame for one of our real generals, our real soldiers, our real leaders. And for this guy, he was undoubtedly, undeniably a leader in the making already, and for sure on his way to being an authority, not just in rap music and Crip life in LA, but in the black community, in the movement, so to speak. Please go to, don't let me get the line now. I believe NipseyHussle.com. Hold on. I don't want to lie, guys. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Because he's got merchandise. I don't know anything about any kind of, I would seriously doubt that there's going to be like a GoFundMe or anything like that. I mean, you know, he handled his business as far as finances are concerned. And so this is, for me, more of a support his movement, support his legacy, support his family, his children, and purchase some wear, some hoodies, some he's got some fly ass gear, quite frankly. I got a hoodie. That shit was like $75 too, but I was like, boy, you better be glad you better be glad you paid me for the song and I don't feel so bad. You know, no, but support the movement, man. I'm so sorry, guys. I should have had this up already. I had the article up that was talking about the Marathon clothing line. Hold on, the Marathon clothing. TheMarathonClothing.com. TheMarathonClothing.com. That's TheMarathonClothing.com. Go support, guys. It's guaranteed that anything, not only will it go toward whatever, you know, movement to honor this man, it'll go, again, like I said, it'll go to his daughters, so his children. It'll go to his family. It'll go to his estate. That's real. That's the part that we can help and encourage to help, live on forever. Download the music. Download the album. Go to iTunes and download Key to the City. I would love that. But seriously, I'm not. This whole video was not about me. I'm just taking my little bit of experience with meeting them and working with them to pay homage and honor and respect to them. But I ain't gonna be mad if you do download Key to the City, because he gonna get most of the money. But anyway, that's it, guys. I'm tired. You can hear my voice a little hoarse. I had no intention of really doing this. I was going to go live, but again, my phone is all jacked up and I don't even have my webcams up. So I just was gonna do this quick video and then upload it. So it's 9:30. I ought to be able to do it with my, get it done by 10 o'clock. So that's it, guys. Yeah, I love you guys, man. We're better together. Definitely not trying to be, people that are seeking attention. I come from a long line of preachers, and my dad, pastor and preacher. I've been around a lot of funerals, and my mother passed when I was in 6th grade, actually. So I have a bit of a maybe different look on death. I kind of lost my train of thought on that one. I was just saying that I wasn't using this as a means of my heart goes out to the brother and his family for real. But let's celebrate his life. let's get to the bottom of what happened. Let the you know, the authorities do their job and get to the bottom of justice. But let's celebrate his life, because that's how I roll. You know, black church, southern church. You know, when we go to a doggone funeral, there's a 20% sad, and the rest is, you know, boy, when mama was alive, boy, she loved chitlins. And I tell you, every time we come home and the whole house be stanking, we knew we were gonna get some good chitlins that night, and we go to the repast and have a party, basically. You know what I mean? I mean, of course, people are sad too, but that's the kind of juice that I got, and that's kind of all I know. And no offense to anybody that's mourning in their own way, but I want to celebrate his life. Big up to the homie, the big homie, legend in the making. You know, godfather in a way. You know, mentor, real man. That's not some smoke, guys. Like, this guy hasn't been in the streets for a while, a long time. Affiliations aside, he's been out there putting in real work. His track record and his fruit speak for itself. So I'm not, you know, clout chasing or whatever, you know. Anyway, guys, that's enough. Y'all be blessed, and you know, be blessed.
The Academy.
Sex with him, she's out of your possession. You cannot protect her. Then South Central, that's my residence. Deadly like those 7 sins. And if I'm not the king of this, I must be the president. OMG, I'm ill. Money is my medicine. Shout out to my in the pen, text messaging. Shout out to them getting it in they crevices. Conjugal visits make sex seem so irrelevant. Forget about the risk we took, I never can. Rebel in this white man's world until they bury him. Being broke is so un-American. That's why I'm screaming all money in till the end. About the county jail, they held us both without no bail. 10 stacks to my lawyer, said a prayer that we prevail. Jealous, hated that, love to see it fail. Miss me with that, bro, I love you. Sucker, be for real. Fake as $4 bills. Hit the gas, we out of here. On our way to Fox Hills, spinning like we got a meal. Smoking so much, it got us feeling like we off a pill. They know we got dollars still, them know they got the bill. Eating Benihana's daily, drive my baby mama crazy. Name it that could fade me, that does not persuade me. Got a swag that make them hate me. Plus we never shop at Macy's, Louis V and Gucci maybe. Neiman Marcus, blue Mercedes. We was both familiar faces, spending thousands, dodging cases. A bottle bringing cases, what we told the waitress. Then pop Clico for all of y'all that tried to play us. Cause I do what I need, and that's the reason that they SB, what up, bro? Marathon continues, my Keys to the city. We got that. Cali on my back. The new voice LA, and I speak for you. Hustle. Drake Pass, Def Jam, Capital Atlantic 2. Thought that I'd be dead or doing life, cause what I rap is true. Just another you know who. Sam had some time to do. And yeah, Steve is cool, but I heard Big U's an animal. What they was talking about, we just did what we had to do. Became the most valuable. After After I drop volume 2, on the West Coast at least. Now for the West Coast I speak, cause on a level 4 with guilt bone is where I'm supposed to be. I be on some business, y'all bring out the loc in me. And like a broke weed head, my pistol is smoke for free. Imani ain't gon' know the streets, gotta keep it close to me. Put that on the man that's on the cross on my rosary. Wasn't always banging, but I speak about it openly. No shame in my game, I did my thing on the coldest streets. Who the hottest on the West? All you know it's me. So tell whoever got it locked that Nipsey Hussle stole the key. Yeah.